Guys, it's not funny anymore. Honestly, it's not even worth it. I don't even want to call it mass deportation. As soon as you get caught, it's a problem. They'll start going through your application, they'll start investigating, and from investigating, it's usually land most people deportation. This is happening. It has happened to someone that I know. The person just graduated from uni this year and also got sponsorship. As I'm talking to you guys, this person is back to Nigeria. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the reason
you've been living your good life. Catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time here, my name is Stella. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. Click on that notification bell to get notified whenever I post any new video. And for my returning subscribers, you guys are the real G. Thank you guys for always coming back to watch my video. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a Nigerian living here in the UK. I'm a UK healthcare assistant, and with what is happening now, this healthcare job with visa sponsorship, some person will say you don't cast. You never really cast, but you don't cast for some persons. Honestly, the deportation is not longer funny. So I am going to read this article with you guys and also share with you guys the reason why. And it's happening, but it's just that, you can only hear like they say, this person will be like, oh, this person was deported back to Nigeria. But this time around, it's someone I know. So let me read this article for you guys to hear. This is what it said. Extra government scrutiny on employers who hire visa-holding migrant care workers has made the recruitment process more expensive and difficult. Care providers are reporting. Can you hear that? Care providers are reporting. Home Office officially are now asking employers to provide a much higher level of details when applying for undefined certificate of sponsorship, according to AYJ Solicitor, which represents several operators in the sector. A COS is an electronic record which a migrant uses to apply for visa. Undefined certificate of sponsorship are required by migrant work permit holders who are applying for jobs from within the UK, typically switching jobs. This increased oversight is reportedly creating confusions for many operators, and some of whom have relied on experts to help when the application failed. So now what people are doing here in the UK is that if you're here to study, there was a time they say you can switch, and most people are switching, to be honest. Even some persons that have graduated, we just switch. So what they do is that instead of them applying for this post-study visa, they just, switch to healthcare worker visa. So now you can see what it said from the beginning. It said employers are now making it expensive and difficult to get. You can see a normal healthcare assistant who has the requirement, has everything to get a care job with visa sponsorship. But before you get the visa sponsorship, so many process. They will ask you to pay. Like, this payment is not even a new thing. I can remember I made a video about company that was recruiting key to care. This one, I'm not even hiding it. I called them. When I called them, they said I have to pay £5,000 application fee. But I was just making inquiries for my videos. So what healthcare assistants are doing these days is that it's heartbreaking. So many persons will pay £10,000, £5,000 after getting this job. What happens to them? It's either they are not getting enough shifts, or the company will say, okay, from next month you start work next month. Next month will not finish. They'll tell you next month. Then when is in May? They'll say June. They'll say, oh, sorry, don't worry, I'll put in record July. Some persons are so pissed. Some persons are frustrated. So what they are now doing is that they're now reporting this care company. So now you that got a job with them long time ago and you're already getting shit, because sometimes what these care homes do is that, for example, me person, maybe I'm working in maybe let me just say, for example, Mr. A care home, and this Mr. A care home, they like me very well. What they do is that most of the time they just put me there for their shifts there. So what I do that if I go there to work, I will now call my care company that, oh, Mr. A put me on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So they'll be paying to that care agency. Do you understand? Care agency will now pay me. So how am I getting the shift? I'm getting the shift because Mr. A wants me personally to always cover those shifts. So these new people they are recruiting are not getting shifts. So they will keep postponing their next month. You know that now maybe you, I don't know, borrowed money, or I don't know how you manage to get that kind of money you pay, and you're not getting nothing. How are you going to, survive? Bills are coming. You're allowed to work 20 hours from any other care company. Listen very carefully. You're allowed to work 20 hours from any other care company. So now, if you do not get the 20 hours from other care company, what some persons are now doing, they will now start working maybe in a warehouse, maybe cleaning job, just to survive. And these things are not allowed. You're only allowed to work within the healthcare sector. Health. It has to be health. As soon as you get caught, it's a problem. They'll start going through your application. They'll start investigating. And from investigating, it's usually land most people deportation. You get. But in this case now, it's the healthcare assistant that are now getting angry and reporting. And you know the heartbreaking thing, even if you go and report this care company, yeah, the care company, they will collect their license. And as soon as they collect their license, you that reported you're going back to your country. That is the heartbreaking truth or heartbreaking thing about this whole gist. I don't see reason why maybe I report this care company that I paid and they're not giving me shift and I still get deported. Like, because at the end of the day, it's your loss. You pay, they still send you back to your country. The care company or is a citizen or the person has a stay in this country will still remain in the UK, but you that reported will be deported. The only bad thing about the company now, the license for sponsorship will be terminated. And as soon as the license is being terminated, it's affecting everybody working for that company. That is the sad thing about this. And this thing happened to a friend that I know. So now the question is that, is it now worth it? If I'm going to pay you and I'm not getting the job, please, is it worth it? You watching me? Yeah, you watching me. Is it worth it? So do you think it's worth paying after you're not getting shift? If you're watching me, tell them the truth. If you're already in UK and you're not getting shift, leave it on the comment section. You might get lots. People might drop out some agencies that have shift because there's some agencies that genuinely still have shift. Don't get me wrong. There are some care homes that are looking for healthcare assistants. Yeah. There are some care homes that are recruiting at the moment. There are some care homes that don't even have enough staff. They're still short of staff. But the problem is that identifying these care homes is the real problem. You can't be in a major city and expect, to have plenty shifts when there are so many universities, there are so many migrants. Let me put it that way. So many migrants there. If you go to a location where there are so many migrants, just know that it's going to be difficult to get shifts, honestly speaking. I'm not going to lie. I always say this. When you move to an English-dominated location, you have high chances of getting these jobs. Believe it or not, you have high chances. And I always encourage people to know how to drive, because if you're driving, honestly, it's going to help you. Because most of these English-dominated areas, it's difficult to get a bus. And taxis are very expensive, even before you get the taxi problem. So these are what people are doing, and it's resulting to deportation. So now there's something I want to read on this article. I don't want this video to be too long. Previously, our client reported that the application process for undefined COS and sponsorship was effortlessly, but now it can be quite confusing, particularly for inexperienced staff and those that don't have resources to. I've seen a lot of persons that I've worked with, like agencies that come to my place to work, and when I'm working with them, I used to notice, that they're still new, and some of them don't even know anything about this. And even when they are doing the personal care, you see the reaction on their face. Look, when you're signing for this, is it that you don't know what you're signing for? Some person I know, they're overwhelmed. They did not expect, oh, this is what I'm seeing. But at least you've watched lots of UK videos. You've seen UK. Everybody will be saying, why are they always saying UK? It's only UK. These are information you guys should just learn. For me personally, when I see things, I learn one or two things from that video. That is just the truth. It might not affect me directly, but at least you've learned something from it. So now, it says inexperience. When you go to this care home, you see this client that you're taking care of, especially care homes, they are elderly does not mean they are not. Some of them are completely okay. It's just the fact that maybe their family member wants them to stay in a care home. Do you understand? Maybe they are lonely in their own home. So when you're taking care of them, they already know that you're inexperienced. I've seen some person that don't even know how to wear pad. I'll be like, God, how did this person manage to get this job? Is it that even the agency that recruits you did not even, teach you one or two things before you start the job or before they give you your first shift? If you don't know how to do this, learn. Watch YouTube. On YouTube, you will learn so many things. Even me personally, if there's things I don't understand, I learn on YouTube, I Google. So if you're a UK healthcare assistant, and probably, I don't know how you manage to maneuver your CV, you get the job. So now to do the job is now a problem. And that is why I always encourage people, it's good for you to volunteer. Go out there, get the job experience, and ask yourself, is this what I can do? You see, this job that everybody is applying, it's not for everybody. Healthcare assistant job is not for everybody. To be a nurse is not for everybody. To be a doctor is not for everybody. Teacher is not for everybody. Today you cannot come and give me a job offer to be a teacher in nursery, because it's not something I want. I can never teach in nursery. I don't want anything related to kids. It's just too much for me. I don't want it. To be a healthcare assistant is not for everyone. So they've noticed that some persons don't even know the job. and they're coming to work. So these are things that are making, the government to investigate. As soon as they notice this, as soon as they notice it, they might not tell you face to face. You see these managers, care home managers, those people are something else. They might come to your face and smile, but trust me, as they're smiling to you, that smile is not it though. Forget all this high. It's not it. As soon as they notice one or two things, before you know, they report, and before you know, they start investigating the agency. From investigating the agency, they start investigating you that pick up that shift. And as soon as they investigate you that pick up that shift, they realize that that you don't even know what they're doing. Everything is just cancelled. Before you know it, lands you to deportation. And that is why they're deporting a lot of people. As soon as it's affecting your care agency, it's affecting you too. And that is why I always encourage you. If you hear any care company that has history, that everybody are complaining, I hate this care company. This care company today do this one. Care company today do that one. Don't pay. Care job is free. It is free, but we all know that these companies have turned it to business. But whenever you hear too much story about a certain company or a particular company, don't involve yourself in that company, because you don't know what will happen next month. You don't even know what will happen next week. I just feel the need to make this video and share with you guys. I hope you find this video informative. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.